All right, here we go. It's Loot Boy Hijoe, it's Loot Boy Belusi, the Loot Boy duo coming out of Europe. And probably the most slept on duo out of Europe. I feel like a lot of the duos in Europe are kind of being named as potential winners, top 10, top 5. But this team's been relatively quiet. They're going to Reality Tree. In the drop map, looks like they're taking like east side of Reality Tree, so this is slightly different from what they said they were claiming, but nonetheless, I don't really know exactly where everyone's gonna land. They may have decided, no, we're gonna land here. This is our drop spot now. All right, regardless of the waffling at the beginning, these guys going in the tunnels, the caverns, getting themselves in a decent spot. It's actually really good loot walking out of here. Obviously, the heals, you'd like to be better, but that harping with all the fishing spots right here, that'd be beautiful. Now we sneak in, trying to make a play, and it looks like we're getting engaged. Oh, no. Both teams going to walk on out of here. Surprising. Now they're taking a turn back. And there's plenty of loot around these areas. There's tons of mushrooms, so you don't really need to use your shields, which is a huge benefit if you are going to play this area of the map. You might not get the chromes in all of it, even though by the time the invitational starts, you might. Who knows? Now it's looking like they're starting to engage on this fight. Sneaking up, making sure he's a full max HP before getting involved. They're just waiting for these guys to reveal themselves before they take the shots. Best thing to do is wait for the right opportunity, not the first one. Looks like Belusi's probably going to be forced to take a shot sooner rather than later. He appears as a solo, so now he's got to box up, slow this fight down, wait for his teammate. Hijoe does what he needs to, gets involved, gets a couple of tags in. And Belusi does his job, building out space. But ultimately, it's really Hijoe that comes and saves the day. Belusi just waited, gave his teammate enough time here, and that's exactly what she needed to do. Big shots there by Hijoe. Well played. Belusi cleans up the other one. Solid fight by those two. Well played as a duo. It was also smart of that other team just to jump on that solo, but, you know, they weren't able to make it happen fast enough. And look how big this big pot is. That's a big pot. All right, we're going to fast forward. So there is a ton of movement over here. Pretty much just like all the map. It has all the movement. Those geysers, I guess they would be called. Probably, yeah, that sounds about right. They're going to provide you movement all around this area of the map. Now, there's not as much like distance movement as some of the other spots, but you could pretty easily get to tilted by hitting these geysers. As we see, they're just going to funnel them. Use them to rotate in here. Nice little extra loot. You know, when you get that epic or rare chest, I don't even know what they're called. Super chest, whatever you want to call it. The loot goblin. I don't care who you are, the loot goblin's coming out. Straight up. So we're just going to trade some tags here while rotating. This is not a spot you want to be because of this massive hill on the other side of you. And Belusi realizes that. He's like, yo, if these guys want to come down and fight us, they can, but I ain't playing their games. And this team behind them does the really smart play of moving up on that hill. And then they're going to do the same, following in their footsteps. Wait, see if they're going to take the shots. Nope, they've moved. Okay, cool. Now we can make our rotate. And those bushes be scary sometimes. So not dealing with Surge here. Feel like most of our invitational teams shouldn't have surge issues when it comes to regular elite cups because there's a reason they've gotten here. Although someone is going to inevitably have surge issues during the invitational. So we'll have to see exactly who that's going to be. These guys very smartly just get to the building. Going to re-smack things. Farm up as much as they can. Make sure they got a nice big base to play around. They're chilling. They don't wind up getting zoned, so all that's for nothing. But at least they were productive during that time. So if they did pull zone, which they didn't, they're just immediately going to go to third. This is very similar to the Epic Whale Reet zone that we saw the other day. Building brick, go back down, get a little refarm on. Love to see that. This is almost exactly where Reet and Epic Whale based up in the game we watched. That's weird. Parallels. Completely different region, completely different players. Same zones, same position. Different rotation paths to get there. It's interesting, right? And we're just going to sit here and wait. We're going to hurry up and wait, boys. Zone pulls once again. Move immediately to the God Rock. Awesome. Get ourselves right on the edge of zone. I would prefer they get in a little deeper because if we look at the map, Hijoe and Belusi are right here. Let me move it over so my face is in the way. And there's all these teams that are going to get funneled right in towards them. So I would prefer them to get in a little deeper so they don't get buried and have to fight for their position. But nonetheless, they'll be able to hold people, maybe get an elim out of this. It's just going to be a very congested area of this zone. And I think they were early enough to where they could have moved in deeper. Oh, look at this. Someone's actually using a harpoon. Love to see that. Boom. They get pads out of it. Ignore me. I'm wrong. I'm stupid. That's why I watch the VODs. That's why they play. They build themselves in. So he's actually going to wind up dropping the harpoon. Interesting. Alright, now we're going to slow this down when it comes to fifth zone. We'll do it in 2x. Throwing the pads already in the built box. I like to play higher in fifth. These guys get themselves into a decent spot. Build in that metal right there. And now we're just looking around trying to see what's going on here. Where's everybody at? What's everybody doing around us? We're taking shots, clearing space, sharing the love. I'm surprised they didn't keep the Evochrome. I know they have a purple and gold hammer, but I would still prefer the Evochrome. Look at that. A little pre-fire. Stop breaking my wall. Get off. Get off me. I live in Germany, bro. You ain't taking my walls. I don't even know. Like, so many different places, like London, 0 ping. France, 0 ping. Germany, 0 ping. I don't even know, like, what. I think it just depends on the server, right? So this is a little bit of a questionable move on their behalf, right? We just throw out a pad into the open. I would much prefer to see them set this up beforehand. I know they were getting pressured, but at least like build yourself some protection here. That's going to be a problem if you guys continue to do things like that. And I know it's early, right? I've already talked about it. The pads are weird because you have to throw them. And once again, let's look at this. This is what a good teammate does. Leaves a position for his teammate to get in. You always want to leave a spot that your teammate can get to you. And they're pretty much in zone. A little bit of replay lag. Boom. Alright, we're chilling. And these guys going for a little bit of low ground play. They haven't really tried to get any higher, so I would expect they are a team that's going to look to play that low ground position. And they do seem to play that little amoeba play style where both players seem to do a lot of both. Oh, look at that. Stir 6. You're looking the wrong way, dog. This is scary. I don't like this. But smart move. Wait for this player to edit that wall. Quickly pickaxe. Take the cone in here. Force him off. Now you just have to watch your head. Hijoe does wind up paying for that, but they're able to get a lot of loot out of it and make it worthwhile. So they're going to go back into Storm. I like this a lot more because it's safer. They have the splashes, so they're not going to run into issues with white HP. And then look at all this distance they get out of that pad. Well played here. And again, playing ulti low, so this is definitely a plan for them, not just a coincidence. And they build what I call the kill box. This is a lot what we saw from a Scented-led team, building a big space to play out of. They don't wind up using any of it. But that's just kind of to make yourself big. It's almost like peacocking in a fight. Make yourself big so that you claim a lot of this space on low ground and force people off of it. It's not always why it happens. Sometimes you just get a little nervous, build a couple extra boxes, but I do think that is kind of the option here. So we see Hijoe looking back, almost going to make a play, but no. Belusi calls it. Front side. Ooh, this poor team just got pinched from above and below. These guys wind up stealing the body. That's huge. That's another refresh for them. So even though they haven't gotten a ton of elims, right? We're only on 3 elims. There's a lot of refreshes that have come through. One with the harpoon, one with the drop down. Solid play by them. And then Zone pulls back, so they're just going back through all these old builds. Belusi is being a little bit of a bully on the backside here. Love to see that. And now they're running out of space for their old builds, so they need to be careful. Ooh. This is where you need a Hijoe with you before you make this play. But boom, there's your Hijoe. Welcome to the Thunderdome, boys. Another beautiful refresh. They're getting pressured, though. Look at that. Hijoe goes in. Belusi, you go get the loot. All right, we got it. Let's get out of there. Perfectly played. They're playing this low ground so well. Definitely a low ping team being able to make these plays. Now Zone pulls almost back through their build, so they'll be able to use this for a little bit, but they're going to have to go up and through the shrine, so this is going to be a difficult spot for them to make this rotation through. I want to see them now elevate, knowing they're going to have to get out through this area. I may be wrong, they may not have to, but just quickly seeing where Zone is pulling. Oh, geez, there's so much stuff. Right, so we're going out this way. I guess they can stay on this area. Never mind. I'm dumb. Reclaiming this stuff on low here, and they're just going through a bunch of old builds. Okay, so they do have to go up 1 layer. Wow. Terrible. I hope they can make this. And this is just like making sure that you claim whatever space you can before you run into somebody. And I think they've done a good job of that. And just watching Hijoe build these tarps, he is very intentional with everything that he places. He's not necessarily putting anything down that he shouldn't and wasting builds. That's a nice chrome from that team up above to make sure they don't get edited down. I've been seeing those used more and more for like different uses, whether it be what we just saw or something else. Belusi making a play here. Now they're not going to be able to build, I believe, behind them because those little walls. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. So Belusi going up. It's a final 2v2. Low ground team, big chillin'. I would like to see them wait a little longer before they go try and make a play here. But they are going to wind up having to go up again because this does go to a position where they're just going to get trapped. And this is what I thought. So, okay, maybe it wasn't immediately, but there is going to be a point where they wind up getting stuck here. Hijoe going to spend one of the heals just in case. Looks like this team up above has no plans to fight them. Scrams dog. Dude has a ton of splashes. So, yeah, he's chilling. He's like, yo, you guys want to fight this? I'll fight it, but, like, I'm pretty sure I win this. Belusi going to go up. He ain't going to touch the ground. That's not a play. Don't do that. You don't do that. And now they're just both going to play heal off. Hijoe's going to lose this. I don't know how he does, though. Nonetheless, not a problem. Still a solid game. This team's looking pretty good. I like the way they play, and they have a solid game plan on low ground. Looking forward to seeing them play. Clearly practiced and definitely polishing this off as we continue to go through the season. So thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow.